Hi everyone, this is Ms. Forbes. I'm going to be teaching inferencing today. We have covered this in the past, but we are going to go a little bit harder this week, and we're going to definitely excel at inferencing. So let's share my screen and go straight to just an introduction of making inferences. Readers use text evidence and background knowledge to make inferences about characters, settings, and events from the text. So when we're inferencing, we're using our background knowledge or our prior knowledge, and we're using that to see what the author may not be saying. So the author may say something, but we're looking in between the lines to figure out, this is what he's probably trying to say, but he's not saying it out loud or writing it down. From then on, when we do that, we're going to have to find textual evidence so that we're showing where we're getting our information from. So when we're learning about inferencing, we always want to think about the term show, don't tell. As I tell my students all the time, always think that I don't know what's going on, and you need to show me exactly what you're trying to say, and then you need to prove it, especially when we have text in front of us. So an inference is a conclusion a reader is able to make using background knowledge and text evidence. So making inferences, your background knowledge, which is what you already know, plus text evidence, which is details from the text, which makes an inference. So the recipe for a strong inference is using several pieces of text evidence, incorporating the reader's background knowledge, is thoughtful and specific, and is supported by strong evidence. And this is where we're going to really get into being able to use textual evidence, which will be a huge thing when you get older. All right, so I'm going to go back over here. This is Schoology. This is Wednesday, January the 20th. I have instructions. Today we are learning about inferencing. You will watch the video of Ms. Forbes teaching. Good job. And then you're going to go through the Prezi, which is linked at the top of the page. This inferencing Prezi, we're going to go through a little bit, and then it has a lot of videos where you're able to write notes and kind of just get really used to how writers and readers actually inference from ads on TV and other little videos that they've added. For my assignment, you're actually going to be reading an article, and you're going to be using these worksheets to answer that article. I've attached these worksheets so you're able to know what we're doing in class, but I have not yet added the electronic version, but you will not need to print these out. You will have an electronic version, which is exactly the same as you would be answering these. So I'm just making it easier for those at home that don't have access to a printer and maybe don't have a piece of paper. You will be able to do the online assessment, but I'm just showing you what we're doing in class. This is actually page 1, and then this is page 2. Once you've read the Martin Luther King article, you're then going to answer the inferencing questions from the worksheets or the online assessment. One thing I need to add before we continue, whenever you see something like this, remember to always answer in full sentences. I will not accept one words. There are lines there for a reason. If there was supposed to be one word, it would give us one little line where we would add one word. So be aware that in 5th grade, we are required to use full sentences. And when it says you need to find me details, you need to be using the details from the text, which is right in front of you. So there's really no reason for you to give me one word when you're taking a sentence out of the text. All right, but let's go to this. Hold on one second, pause share. This is the Prezi, resume share. All right, we are opening up the Prezi. Okay, making inferences or / drawing conclusions, which we have heard a lot in class. Drawing conclusions, as well as using information from the text and using your past experiences or prior knowledge that you've learned from all your schooling career, is going to make inferences. So your literature book states, when you make inferences, you look at the information the author provides to make logical assumptions about what the author leaves unstated. in easier terminology, you are looking between the lines. The author may not be saying this is this, but you're using your brain and your amazing knowledge to be able to come up with a conclusion, to be like, oh, that's what they're trying to say. I get it. Okay. In other words, read between the lines to figure out what the author isn't telling you. When you do that, you're making an inference or drawing a conclusion. An inference is an educated guess of what the author is trying to say, and then using backup or evidence to be able to prove what you're trying to say. And then you're going to go through these commercials, and you're just going to, they're pretty fun. They're just little ads. I'm not going to play because it's going to automatically play. But okay, this is the article. It'll be attached right on this Wednesday page. And it's this article. The first question, which is coming from this worksheet, the question is, read an approved newspaper title, then answer the following questions. Based on the title, what can you infer the article will be about? This is the article that we're doing. Our first assumption is going to be, okay, we're looking at dream big. Okay, the author is not telling us exactly, but if we look at the pictures right here, we have a good idea that this is a Martin Luther King article. So your job, based on the title, what can you infer the article will be about? So you're not going to read the article just yet. You're going to answer this question. So let's go. Okay, there you go. I don't know why it keeps going back like that. Pause share. Technology is so fun. Okay, I don't know why it went out, but sorry, hold on. Okay, so on your online assignment, or if you would like to write on a piece of paper, based on the title, what can you infer the article will be about? So you are using an educated guess to figure out, this is what the article is about based on the title. You're going to give me however much you think this will be a full grade for. Do not give me one word. I would say at least one sentence, right? All right, what details or evidence from the title helped you make that inference? So let's go back. So in this one, I've given you pictures. You're more than welcome to use these pictures. But when they're saying details, they're saying dream big. So what do we know about Martin Luther King that may be essential for us to know, okay, this is why I've inferenced this, and what does this mean to the reader? How do we assume that this is going to be about Martin Luther King? Explain why. What do you know about Martin Luther King? What did he do? Where does this come from? Why are they using this? Okay, there's a lot to say about this. All right, then making inferences. This one can be a little bit more tough. Now we're actually having to actively use text evidence. When I read, the text said, okay, that means that this is coming straight from the text. Straight from the text. So these details. Sorry, I had another teacher come in. I'm going to go and share my screen again. Oh, is this it? Yes. So what you're going to do is going to read the article, and you are going to fill out right over here. When I read, the text said, and you're going to pull out any sentence from the text that you would have something to infer about. This may be tough, but I want you to see if there's anything that you can bring up any educated guess from. So let's just use an example. I don't think anyone deserves to be bullied. Instead of bullying, why don't we stand together? So you can totally pull that. So when I read, the text said, and you're going to copy and paste pretty much right onto this right here, these details made me infer that everyone should be standing together to protect each other from bullying, whatever you decide. I'm not going to be grading this very strictly. I just want to see that you're able to grab text evidence and then be able to explain yourself. So whatever the writer is not saying, I want you to use your knowledge, and I know you're smart enough to be able to infer what the author may be saying. But my biggest issue right here, or my biggest concern, would be this front page. I want to see what you're going to say about the title. That's the most important thing. But yeah, inferencing can be tough. Do not get overwhelmed. Do your best. And if you have any questions, let me know. But yes, also please go through the Prezi. It will help you be able to, get used to inferring. This will be something you will have forever. So have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a wonderful day.